Coach Julien, Coach Dave from Centennial College, and I've always thought that every player should have the opportunity to see all the schools that are available to you across the province, especially. And I'm very happy to have Julien and Dave come on to talk about Centennial College, which is very close to all of you, if that was an option. So, coaches, I'd like to really thank you for taking the time out of your busy day to join me and helping me further educate the players on what the possibilities are for the future. So I am going to hand it over to you and allow you to take the time for the next 50 minutes. Okay.
Well, thank you so much for having us.
No problem.
For a second.
Okay, Coach Dave is going to share a PowerPoint presentation, and we're gonna give you guys the lay of the land.
Okay. Just to confirm, do you guys see the picture?
We do.
Okay, perfect. All right, Jules, go right ahead.
Okay, though this presentation actually says the men's soccer program, we do have a women's soccer program, and they've been more successful than we've been. So any of the female players that are interested in playing for the women's soccer program, the head coach, his name is Dermot O'Connor. He's been the head coach for 14 years now. He was actually one of my assistants in the first year that I was at Centennial back in 2007. And Coach Dermot actually has an outdoor bronze medal and one indoor silver medal and one indoor bronze medal under his belt. So any of the female athletes that are interested in playing or coming to Centennial College, by all means, you can reach out to myself and I'll put you in touch with Coach Dermot. Coach Dave also knows Coach Dermot very well as well. So what we're going to quickly do today is we're going to quickly go through a presentation that we usually give to all of our athletes, our potential athletes, when they're looking at choosing a college and hopefully choosing Centennial. This is applicable to almost any school that you go to. There'll be little differences that you'll see based on the presentations that you've seen with various other schools, but that's because each school is a little bit different. The main thing is that, and the one thing that we always try and get across is that it doesn't matter so much where you go, it's what you do while you're there and how are you setting yourself up for the future. So to be able to participate in extracurriculars like a varsity sports team is a fantastic opportunity. But you got to take care of the schoolwork as well. You have to take care of the business as well, because if you don't take care of the business, you're not at the school for long. And that's the big thing that we try and stress with all our athletes at Centennial. If there's a commercial, especially now, if any of you are NCAA basketball fans, there's a commercial that's been running for years that says there are 428,000 student athletes in the NCAA, and only 1% of them go pro. The rest of them are going pro in something else. So that's the one thing that you have to think about, is that what are you going to go pro in other than your sport? Your sport, especially at Centennial, will help you get to where you need to get to. And there are means that the school has to help you out financially, as well as support you socially and educationally. But it starts with you and what it is that you want to do. Okay, so we're going to go over this. Like I said, like Coach Dave said, I'm Julien Carr. I've been the head coach for 15 years now at Centennial College. And we run a fairly clean program and a fairly good program. When we started out and we took over, it was a little bit in shambles. They had a couple of down years. Some things had taken place, and it took us a while to clean it up and fix it up. But now, perennially every year, we're a playoff team, and we're a nightmare for a lot of teams to play against. But the big thing is, too, is that 80% of our student athletes graduate. If you don't graduate, it's oftentimes because you've chosen to leave, or you just have chosen not to finish, or you've decided to do something else, which is fine. That's part of life, and it's part of being young. Decide what you want to do. Okay. Coach Dave is going to go through his introduction as well as the rest of the coaching staff. Dave?
Thank you very much, Coach Jules. Really appreciate that. So my name is David Lattavo. I am the assistant coach at Centennial College men's soccer program. I've been Jules' assistant for the past 5 years, and it's been a great time, learned a lot, and very grateful for the opportunity that Jules gave me. And I've been coaching for just over 10 years, was in the youth with KNSC, and then from there started to developing through the coaching licenses. Myself and Coach Julien were really big on coaching education. Jules is currently doing his USSF A course. I'm currently doing my CSA A course. So for us, you're going to really hear that education is huge. You can never stop being a student, not only in the game, but just in life. I think education is very important. And so does our program. So you have Coach Nico on the bottom left. He's our goalkeeper coach. He's also a student, a Centennial student alumni. He was actually one of my students at Centennial. I also teach there as well. Coach Carlos, he's if you are in the Brampton area at all and who have played against Brampton, you know Coach Carlos is heavily involved in Brampton youth, and he's done a fantastic job in developing players. I think we have a really good dynamic and versatile team. We have a lot of experience between the four of us. And once again, we're always open to education, which is something that we're really, really keen on. Now, at Centennial College, we have several different campuses. Our main campus is our Progress campus, which is the picture that you see right directly in the center. We have to understand that right now, that Progress campus, especially the athletic department, sits on the Mississauga Credit of First Nations land, and we're really appreciative of all First Peoples of Canada. So we're really big on that, especially within the Progress campus. We do have Ashtonby campus and Eglinton Learning Site, the Morningside campus, and Story Arts. These are all different campuses that you might be attending to should you accept a position to be a student at Centennial College. Various campuses have various programs in it, but in terms of all varsity sports, we do operate out of our Progress campus. We also just completed a $30 million campus at the Downsview location. It's for our aerospace engineering department, and it was a joint department that was helped and sponsored by Bombardier. And so they've been very, very helpful in terms of the donations, especially of aircraft and all the other miscellaneous equipment that you'd be working on at that campus. State-of-the-art facility, lots of money spent and spent wisely. So we're very grateful for Centennial College. And another thing that we're grateful of is our athletic facilities. Our athletic facilities, this is one that's located at the Progress campus. This, once again, our turf field is just to the left of it. But once like we have a state-of-the-art facility, we have brand new equipment. We lease our equipment. We don't own it. And the reason why is because we want the best equipment for our student athletes and our students. So not just the varsity athletes, but also our students. Inside the actual athletic wellness center, we have a gym that's split up into 3 different gyms. We have aerobic studios. We have an indoor track. We have a climbing wall. If you're in between classes, that gym, here, let me show you a picture right here at the top, that's split up into 3, and you can actually rent out ping pong tables. You can play badminton with your friends. You want to go for a quick wall climb over here in the corner, then you can do so free of charge. This is where we host all of our volleyball games and our indoor basketball. We do have a 150-meter indoor track, which is very good. This, once again, is our gym facility at Progress campus. So technically, you would go up these stairs, and that would bring you right to this little green location where we have all free weights, dumbbells, barbells. And behind there's more squat racks behind us. We just recently got an Olympic lifting program in there, so it's fantastic. And we also have cardio equipment, which is also fun. Our turf field, once again, is located at the Progress campus. It's a 2.5-year turf. In our opinion, it's brand new. We've technically only played I think 1.5 seasons on it. So it's still fresh. It's still currently in phase one. So phase one consisted of the turf, consisted of all the electrical for the lighting and for the scoreboard. Phase two will be a bubble that will go over during the winter, a removable bubble. And phase three, we have plans and renderings that were approved to build a clubhouse outside there. And that would strictly be only for men's and women's soccer, which is fantastic. And we're very blessed and to have an athletic director invest so much in our varsity sports. So in Morningside, a different campus, we also have exercise equipment there. We also have the same scenario at Ashtonby. And now at Ashtonby campus, we have studio room, basketball court, volleyball court, badminton courts. And right beside that aerobic room, which literally is this mirror wall, is the weight training facility. Once again, brand new equipment, leased equipment, and really heavily investing in cleanliness. Even prior to COVID, it's always been, we were always known for being very, very clean, especially with our training facilities. And now we're going to talk about our athletic department entirely as a whole in terms of our vision, our mission, and our values. At Centennial College, our vision is to connect our community through sport and education. We're very big, and you're going to see throughout our presentation how we try to give back to the community. And it's very important that we educate the youth and the opportunities that they have close to home. They don't need to go far unless they want to, but we have a lot to offer at Centennial College. Centennial College is Ontario's first college. It's been around for over 50 years, and we take pride in that. Our mission is to enrich each experience through athletics, recreation, and wellness. Now, wellness being a massive, massive point, especially now, a lot of people going through COVID. Mental wellness is extremely important, and we have the facilities within our school to help student athletes progress into early adulthood and further beyond. Our values are integrity, passion, growth, and family. When you represent Centennial College, we take pride in that. When we wear the jersey, when we put on the kit, it's something important to us. When we walk out on that field, that's our field. We see a piece of garbage, we pick it up because that's what we do. That's the passion that from our sport brought us together. The integrity we have to take care of our stuff and to grow and to be challenged and to work with each other to get to the next level. If you are planning on going to university or even abroad down in the States or getting to another level in your playing career, we want to be a part of that. And by seeing the sincerity in that and us being honest with you in terms of your development as a person and as a player, we develop a family bond at the same time. So all of which encompass our values as an athletic program. Some of the expectations you can experience at Centennial College. You're definitely going to get field care, clinical care, strength and conditioning programs that are specific to you and what you want to accomplish, also what your team is looking to accomplish. So what we do for varsity soccer is not the same as our varsity basketball athletes. It's tailored, it's sport-specific exercises that are geared to help you develop and play at a much higher level. Playing at the amount at which we play, we train often. Our preseason starts in August. Typically, our season goes until November. That's our outdoor. So there's a lot of training. There's a lot of games back to back, 5 to 6 days a week. So, in terms of injuries can pop up, you can get hurt during the matches. Your health and safety is our priority. So we do have, especially concussion-related protocols and return to play, and also return to play processes, how we get you on the right path in terms of your physical fitness and your mental fitness as well. Nutrition is huge. We teach our student athletes, to eat proper. A lot of us are eating on a student budget. A lot of us have responsibilities at home. So we really educate that, which I'm going to indulge in the next PowerPoint slide. We have sports massages and athletic therapy as well. That's completely covered with your tuition and the fact that you're a varsity student. Now, our nutrition plans are created through the help of Jordana. She was one of our nutritionists. She's a full-time nutritionist at Centennial College. She works with all varsity sports. Her job is to maintain a peak level performance while maintaining your nutrition in a healthy manner, but also taking into consideration the lifestyle that you live at home, your specific nutritional needs, and what you're willing to consume in your body. Now, when you see fitness prescriptions, Kaylin and Tina, they're our head of our fitness and our athletic staff or athletic therapy staff. They're really responsible for putting together that tailored sport-specific exercise program. In fact, our men's soccer team, we use an app called Team Builder. So prior to COVID and during COVID, when we didn't know what was really happening, we were very, actually, we had a lot of compliments from our athletic therapy staff saying we were one of the only teams to actually use it continuously. And we're able to see what our athletes are doing. We're able to participate as well. It gets pretty competitive when the coaches are doing their exercises and we're beating the students. So it's always fun, and it always pushes the player to the next level. So once again, we have nutritional plans and fitness plans that are tailored for you specifically. Now, playing the varsity sport at Centennial College is I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty challenging. You have to be a full-time student, so you're gonna have at least over 24 hours worth of classes. You're going to be probably having a job outside of school. You have responsibilities at home. Some of you have families that you're taking care of. We understand that. What we do at Centennial College, it's important not only to play your sport at a high level, but also to have fun and enjoy other sports at the same time. Maybe when we're in the off season, and our intramural and extramural sports teams help students do that and achieve that. We have indoor basketball. We have indoor cricket. Actually, we have our varsity cricket team who's won nationals already, so they're very successful. We have an extramural hockey team. It's not varsity, but it is extramural. And then we have co-ed volleyball and co-ed soccer. And these are games that are actually organized through the athletic department, and they're really, really fun. Now, as a student, not just as a student athlete, but as a student, that gym that I was telling you about, we divided up into three. It's very often where you can play a pickup game of basketball, pickup game of indoor soccer, and really have fun in between classes. I get challenged a lot going through the school and seeing some of our students and some of our student athletes, and it's fun going against them. I'm not the best basketball player, but I'm a good chest pass kind of guy. But as a student as well, you're also getting an opportunity to have personal training, not only at the Progress campus, but at all of our campuses at Centennial College that actually have a fitness facility, which is pretty much all of them. Now, they're all able to have a health and fitness promotion staff member help you learn and educate yourself on top of what you're already getting as a student athlete. So it's really fun, it's really interactive, and it helps you just become better overall in terms of the health side. Now, in wellness, we have what we call a wellness wheel. We take great pride in this. It's built up of the intellectual, social, physical, spiritual, occupational, emotional, and environmental wellness. We educate our students on what they're going through is actually normal. We know that a lot of us probably come from humble beginnings, and that's normal. And we're here to help as much as possible. And that mental wellness is extremely important. And that basically stems from resilience. Resilience to us is one of the core of our mental health and wellness plan. We build everything around resilience. Resilience for us is built up of policies and procedures, enhanced supports, and education, awareness, and training. And what I mean by this is, so I'm an electrician by trade, and I teach a part of the electrical program at Centennial College. There are many times where we have students and student athletes that are going through a lot at home, that are working, that are taking care of their families. And I know I say this often, but it is true. They go through a lot. And instead of seeking professional help and paying for that out of pocket, your tuition already covers what we call CALCS. CALCS is a Students for Accessible Learning and Counseling Services at Centennial College. Now, we have this on every campus. If you find that you're that student that, you need a little bit of extra time taking a test, you need to take your test in a quiet environment, or you need a little bit extra time completing assignment, you can go to CALCS and you can actually get a letter from them, and that letter you would give to your professor and stating that you have specific learning requirements. Our goal at Centennial College is to ensure that you actually learn and you want to learn and you're in an environment that you have whatever it takes to be successful. And Calcs is that. Not only is it a great environment for you to take extra time taking a test, but if you need to talk to anybody because you're going through something at home or you're going through something with your friends or your family, you have a counseling service there. There's so many times where students had opened up to me, about just crazy scenarios that they've gone through, and I've always recommended if they don't want to talk to me, I've always physically I've brought them down to Calcs, to the office at our Progress campus, and it's just done them wonders. So I can't express how important our Calcs service is. If you need that help, we're always there for you. So there's really no excuse as to not getting what you need. Once again, if it's not you want to talk to us, at least you can talk to a professional that's already covered in your tuition. Now, like I said, a lot of you still have to work. A lot of you are probably going to have to pay for tuition, and we get that. We have work and volunteer opportunities that not only the student or the athletic department helps students achieve. Myself and Julien and other members of the coaching staff, we helped our student athletes on the men's and women's side get work, whether it's part-time or full-time. Many of our student alumni actually come back and look for our student athletes, pardon me, just to give them working opportunities. We know a few students that have opened up their own businesses and constantly contact Julien looking for players that have the right mindset as who they had to be successful off the field. Now, the athletics department can put you in a position where it's you're with the recreation attendants, you're the intramural coordinator. So when we're talking about those intramural sports, you can actually coordinate the league and you can be the referee of the volleyball, the indoor soccer. You can be a part of our fitness center staff, whether it's helping the gymnasium that's above or greeting people as they come in or doing some administrative work for our varsity sports. We also host tournaments for high school and youth elementary school. So you can also be a part of that and earn some extra income while also working for various media team positions, taking photos, helping out, giving some Centennial Cold swag. Placement opportunities also include rec and leisure, fitness and health promotion, workplace wellness and health promotion, and Elections Canada and Ontario. Especially that election is coming up, it's a good opportunity to earn some income. Now, for us, I said earlier, giving back to the community is important. When we were talking about giving high school students and elementary school students an opportunity to host their tournaments at our school, gives them an opportunity of the facilities, the quality of facilities that we have at Centennial, especially at Progress Campus. I know a lot of people underestimate Centennial College and Progress Campus, but when I say we feel as though it's state of the art because everything is new, everything is updated, and everything is continuously updated. And because of that, we like to give back to the community. We do this by hosting summer camps, especially for the youth involved within GTA and Scarborough locations. So we have a lot of our student athletes, our varsity athletes, give back to our community programs. We get them involved, being humble and giving back, because that's important, because we want these young, people of Scarborough to look up to Centennial College and local people to get an opportunity not only to get a great education, but also to play for a very competitive varsity sport. Not only is it just within the youth, but we also give back to community homeless shelters, and we do fundraisers throughout the year, whether it's food drives, toy drives throughout Christmas. We just like to give back as much as possible. And we believe that by doing that, it encourages just a happier time at Centennial, putting others first. Another part of putting others first is the fact that we support our other varsity sports. In fact, there's an internal competition that we've actually won. The men's soccer team have won 3 years in a row. Every time we go to another varsity sport, there's a varsity member or a person who works for varsity sports, and they make sure that they take down the names of all varsity athletes. And because Centennial soccer or men's soccer has seen multiple varsity sports, we've won each competition for the past 3 years. We've won a night out at Dave and Buster's. We've won a Toronto Raptors game where every single member of our Centennial men's soccer team get to go, and also a TFC game. So it's very important to us that we give back because we want people to encourage us when we play. And when we play under the lights at Centennial Progress Campus on the turf, and it's a derby game against Durham College. I mean, you don't get anything better than that. It's a pretty intense atmosphere, so it's fun. Over here we have Coach Chris. He's also a part of student support. He works full time in the athletic department for the student support, and he also is an assistant coach with our men's basketball team. So Coach Chris's job is to ensure that you're getting your homework done, because in order for you to be academically eligible to play, you need to pass all your courses. So he puts the time in. He makes sure that you are responsible for everything that you need to take care of your homework, your projects are getting in on time. Every varsity sport has to make sure that they have a signed document every single class that they're in there. In my class, I have men's and women's soccer players. I have men's and women's basketball players. We have men's and women's volleyball, cross country. And I always have to sign their forms because they give them back to Chris, and Chris makes sure that everybody's going to class. Chris is also there to help you with time management. He's also help you there in terms of when we travel. He's also responsible, as well as Tina and Kaylin, for the athletic therapy and making sure that you're getting the best therapy to make you healthy enough to return to play. One thing on the time management, that Center for Adult Learning and Counseling Services, CALCS, is also another portion where we take our students to there. We take our students there because they can also help you with time management. They'll take a look at your work schedule. They take a look at your school schedule, and they ensure that, if you got an hour free on a Friday night, well, that's the day and that's the time that you're going to be doing your homework. You got 45 minutes Saturday morning, same thing. Just before training, you have to do that work in order to pass. And Chris is really the person to keep you on track, to help you obtain your goals in getting to the next level, not only as a player, but as a student as well. So that student support from Chris is very beneficial and very important. Coach Jules, you want to talk about the coach's expectations?
Coach Dave, I'm going to leave this to you because, as you can tell, they're vacuuming my office right now.
Okay,
sorry,
nice.
guys.
Nice. It's all good. It's all good.
That's why I'm on mute.
Yeah, no problem. No problem. I got you. So coach's expectations. Let me just right here. So first and foremost, we usually start our preseason around the middle of August, probably because of COVID. Hopefully we can start a little bit earlier. So we want you to come physically fit. Every time we have recruits coming in, we give them an exercise plan. We let them know what they're coming into. And ourselves, we take fitness tests with the help of Kaylin and Tina. We take it 3 times throughout the outdoor season. Once in our first week, once, I would like the first half to midway through their season, and then at the end of our outdoor season. So we want to make sure that we're maintaining a level of fitness. We also want you to come in mentally prepared. You're going to be working. You're going to be doing your education, and you're also going to be training 5 to 6 days a week. Can you handle that? Can your family handle that? Can your work schedule handle that? All of that takes into consideration. We want you to be able to understand that you're going to have to manage your time appropriately. You might not know what to do, but at least we're going to help you on that path, because we want you to succeed at the end of the day. We want you to be open-minded, because everybody's have been taught by multiple coaches, some great coaches, some not so good coaches. But at the end of the day, we run a program and we're very clear. We want to win. We're not going to jeopardize our integrity as a person and our principles as a person to get that W or to get the win. But we want you to be open-minded to try new things and especially compete. That's our most important thing. You have to compete at this level. Even though it's a college level, we've had Mo Babuli, who's come out of the OCAA from Sheridan. He's played in the MLS. Is it Rashad Evans? No. Oh my God, he played for TFC. Jules, I always mess up on this name. He's with oh my God. I'm drawing a blank, Julien. You got to help me out here. From Sheridan. He came from Sheridan, plays in the MLS now.
It's Raheem Edwards.
Raheem Edwards, thank you so much. Okay, so thank you, Jules. I was losing my mind there. So we have a lot of talent coming out of the OCAA and still getting opportunities for the next level. So be open-minded. That opportunity can happen to you. We just got to put in the work, right? And in order to do that, to get yourself at that level, even if you use this as a junior college to get down to the States, understand what it's like to be training a lot, working a lot, doing a lot of studies. You know, you have to want that desire to win and to be successful. In order, with that being said, you need to come prepared. A lot of times people underestimate the level of the Ontario Collegiate Athletic Association. They think, yeah, I've played rep, I can handle it. I'm telling you, if you don't come prepared mentally or physically, you're going to feel it. And it shows definitely within the first week of trials and first week of preseason camp. When you represent us, you're also representing yourself, and represent yourself with integrity and honesty. Like Coach Jules and myself, we're still in the education game. We're still learning. We're still pursuing education outside of our coach's education. In order to do that, we need to be humble, and we need to accept that we don't know everything. So if we don't know everything, we're putting in the work. You got to be honest with yourself, and you got to put in the work. Mistakes are going to happen, but those are fantastic opportunities for you to learn and for you to grow. And you know what? People can sense your energy. People can sense the fact that whether or not you're in it that day, we all have stuff that goes on at home, but when we're there, we have to be there. We can talk about whatever you want to talk about up until the minute that training starts. Until the minute that training ends, we can pick up that conversation. But if there's a training and there's a game, we are all there mentally. So we have to take that as a sort of pride, and we have to be positive about that. Be yourself, okay? If you don't understand something, ask a question. Don't be afraid to be humble. Don't be afraid to say, you know what? They played a better game than I played. How can I improve? What are things that I can do to get ready for that next level? We want you to push yourself. It's a fantastic environment, both the men's and the women's side of the sport. Just college sports in general, it's very competitive. From the women's side, we've had from Seneca College, forgot her name, but she was signed to Roma for the women's Serie A division, and she came from Seneca College. She I think she's an Oakville League One, was an Oakville League One player, but now she plays in Europe. So not only on the men's side, but the women's side, there's opportunities to get to another level if that's what you're looking for. And at the end of the day, our coach's expectations, not only just for the men's side, but the women's side as well. Now, our athletic student athlete academic awards. Now, a lot of times people are like, oh, I need a scholarship. Yes, we can help you with a scholarship, but it depends. You have to complete a full year, not only just outdoor, but also indoor. We're very lucky that Darcy Rio, who's our athletic director, extremely generous when it comes to athletic scholarships, in the sense where you compete, you're going to get it. You complete your season, you're going to get it. If you pass your schooling, you're going to get your scholarship. I'll be honest, in the past, we've been burned before. We've given players money, and come November, they just take off, never hear them again. We don't do that anymore. We've learned our lesson. But at the end of the day, if you're a student in any program and you're also a varsity athlete, if you just get a 50% average, you can earn an extra $500 on top of your athletic scholarship. The higher the average you have as a varsity athlete and a full-time student, the more money you can potentially earn, which is fantastic. And these are all bursary awards. So Coach Chris, who showed you previously, who helps with the student support, myself, Coach Jules, we educate the students on different type of awards that on top of your athletic scholarship that you can obtain. You literally just have to apply for it. And it's not advertised. I don't know why, but we know about it. You can get an extra $500 for books. You can get an extra $500 for a laptop or an iPad, and you can increase depending on the awards that the school is willing to give out. But there's over 20 that students are able to actually participate in. The reason why I said our athletic director was so generous is because, let's face it, we haven't played at all from last, Jules, correct me if I'm wrong, last March. We haven't played.
That's correct. It's been a year.
Yeah, so it's been a full year. Even though we didn't finish last indoor, our athletic department gave our student athletes all their scholarships, including this September till now. Our athletic department has committed to those scholarships. I can't speak for other colleges, but I know a lot of colleges aren't as generous as we have been, or not we, but our school, Centennial College, and that just talks about the integrity of our athletic department, the family atmosphere, because we know a lot of students are revolving around that scholarship money. So it is important that we know that we're still here to help, including during a pandemic like the one that we're in. So, uh, in the last full outdoor and indoor season, all 175 plus athletes were academically eligible to participate in sports. So that's a big thing for us. So if you're academically eligible to participate in the sport, you're academically eligible to partake in scholarship funds and also those bursary awards that you can apply for and earn extra income. So it's all very important. Um, we're coming closer to the end of our presentation. I know you guys have another presentation after us, but there's a good way for you to connect with us. You can go to www.goalcoach.ca. It's our website. You can check out all the varsity sports, all the intramural and extramural sports that we have online as well. You can also check up on a gallery of photos and see our facilities. You can also connect through us through Facebook, through Instagram, and through Twitter. So Facebook is Centennial Colts. Twitter is at Centennial Colts, and Instagram we both have Colts Athletics, and Centennial College Campus Rec as well. Now, you can contact each and any campus that Centennial has. I mean, Centennial College's phone number is 416-289-5000, but we have different extensions for the different campuses that we have at Centennial College. So that's the only thing that differentiates between the contact phone numbers. But once again, if you go on www.goalcolts.ca, and if Centennial College is something that is interesting to you, you can then find the link to Centennial College and programs as well. We also have a partnership with Lakehead University, not only in the engineering department that I teach in, but also in other programs that you can transfer your credits seamlessly through Lakehead University, which is very, very important if you are looking to get a degree after a diploma. And as we approach our end of the presentation, I just want to say, first of all, thank you very much. We truly appreciate you guys giving us the time to educate you on what Centennial College has to offer. We hope that this is something that entices you to look close to home, to be a part of a program that works extremely hard at trying to win. That we can guarantee you. The competition in the OCAA is extremely high, and we're up there. We take pride in our program. We take pride in our school. And once again, we hopefully you guys have some questions for us, and we leave it open to you. If you have anything that you need to know, please ask away.
Okay, David, it's really good the information that you've been able to give the players tonight. So I'm going to let them ask questions through the chat where they'll put their hands up and I can monitor for you. But while they're getting ready, what's the cost what's the tuition for Centennial College?
Fantastic question. So that varies depending on the program that you're in. I can speak for, I teach a part of the School of Engineering, Technology, and Applied Sciences. It's just a fancy word for our electrical program. We also have our HVAC program. We have different trade programs in there as well. But for our program, it can range between $1,000 to $1,500 per semester. You multiply that by 2 semesters, you're looking at anywhere between 2,500 to 3,000 a year. But once again, it depends, because if you're in nursing, or if you're in media arts, or if you're in something else, the cost can change. The cost of books can also change, but we also educate people on how to get an extra $500 through the bursary awards. But you're in around that ballpark between 3,000 to 5,000 per year.
Okay. Zach, what's your question, Zach?
Coaches. My name is Zach Landry, and I play for the 2006 boys CSL team. My question is, what would be your formation and your playing style?
Oh, fantastic question. Jules, you want to get at this?
Our formation is based on, thanks for your question, by the way, Zach. Our formation is based on the players that we actually have within the team. There's been a couple of years back, for example, we decided to change the formation to a 3-5-2, just based on the personnel, and we had a very successful year. There's been years where we've tried to play a 4-3-3, and we didn't have the personnel to do it. We've changed it. There's been times when we've changed the formation game to game, depending on who our opponent is. We like to try and play possession, but if we don't have the players to play possession, then we'll play a counter-attacking style with a lot of high pressing, which is the reason why you need to come into practice very fit, and you need to come into the season very fit, because you don't have time at both the college and university level. You don't have the time to get fit when you arrive. At university, you usually get about a week before you start your preseason games, and a lot of times the players are playing together over the summer. They're the returning players. And also with college, what we try to do, and what a lot of other colleges try to do, they have their players play together either at the League One level, or in the Ontario Soccer League level, or the League One under-21 reserve level. So you guys have that avenue that you can come back to your club as long as you're playing in the summer. There are a lot of guys who, and I can speak more to guys, and sometimes this falls a little bit on the women, and I'm not trying to be sexist, but this has happened in the past with various schools at the college level. They feel that, oh, okay, well, I was good last year, so I don't have to play over the summer. I'll just make sure I run a little bit, and then maybe touch the ball once or twice a week. And then, yeah, you know what, I'll be ready to go. No, you have to be playing. If you're not match fit when you come in, you A, open yourself up to injury, B, you open yourself up to some freshman coming and taking your spot. And on top of that, if there's a possibility you might be cut, you have to show the commitment. If you're at school for 2 years, it's a 2-year commitment. Especially as I put in the chat with some of you, 80% of all academic awards are never picked up at most institutions, whether it's university or college. It's free money. Even if you don't think that you're going to get that institution, you're going to get anything from that award, apply anyways. And it's the same concept when you come out to play. You might be asked to play in a position that you're not used to playing, or that really you don't want to play. But the question is, how bad do you want to fit into the team and the team framework? So that's what we ask. We will not ask you to do things that you can't do, but we will ask you to enhance and do the things that you're capable of doing. And sometimes you might surprise yourself.
Okay. So there's nobody else that's got a question there. We're almost done, Julien, Dave. So can you give them an idea of what your week is like? So when do you play your games? When are your off days? What time do you train?
Usually we play our games usually on Fridays and Saturdays. Usually we'll travel on a Friday afternoon. And if we travel on a Friday afternoon or a Friday evening, then we're playing Saturday, Sunday, especially if we're going up to Sault Ste. Marie to play the Sioux, or to go to Cambrian, which is up in Sudbury. Ottawa and St. Lawrence are usually a Friday, Saturday trip. Sometimes it ends up being a Saturday, Sunday trip. They've tried in the OCAA over the last 4 or 5 years to try and put most of the games on the weekends. And if they do play a midweek game, it's on a Wednesday. Usually the day after a weekend, we usually do a decompression session so that you get the wee nigglies out, you can stretch, you can get a little bit of touch in, and then you get the next day off. We usually only practice 2 to 3 times a week because what we found over the years is that the way that the course schedules are structured at the school, you can't have everybody practice 5 days a week and then go play 2 games a week. It's physically not possible. You have athletes burn out and they just get tired and they get injured. So what we try and do is we try and keep the practices, especially if we're playing 2 games on a weekend, we try and keep the practices to a minimum 2 to 3 sessions a week. Our sessions are usually at 8:35 in the evening so that everybody can get out of class, get to school. If they've gone home, they can get back and get something to eat and then get back and ready. We train for an hour and 33 minutes and then we're done. We're out of there. I know most of you would wonder why an hour and 33 minutes. It's one of the few lessons I've taken from Arsene Wenger, the former head coach and manager of Arsenal. He always trained for an hour and 33 minutes because a game is never exactly 90 minutes. If it is, nobody did anything.
Okay, so we've come to the end of our time, Julien. So, David, I really do appreciate the fact that you guys took your time out of your busy day to be able to spend some time with us and help us understand what Centennial College is and what it offers and what the program is there for both the men's and women's. So I really want to thank you on behalf of the club.
Thank you for having us.
Okay.
Thank you very much for having us, Coach Dave. Just on a quick side note, I've put both